We have quite a bit to work on today because I haven't done anything in the past week. My husband just hit a milestone birthday, so we decided a week-long staycation would be perfect. Since he was on vacation, I decided I should be on vacation too, so very little got done around the house. But that's okay, it just means I get to have a nice relaxing day of cleaning. And I know not everyone finds cleaning relaxing, but I do, so I'm just gonna try to enjoy this. If you don't like cleaning, hopefully you at least enjoy watching me clean. I almost always start with laundry. That way by the end of the day it's done. I notice if I wait too long in the day, then in the evenings I'm folding laundry, and I just really prefer not to do that. Other than doing the laundry first, I don't usually clean in any particular order. If I'm really not feeling like cleaning that day, I will start with the hardest thing first, or like the thing that I'm dreading first. My thought is if I can get that over with, then the rest of the day can't be that bad. And bonus, the thing I don't want to do is done. We're gonna do a swap. Do you want to turn around, Toast? Okay, we're not going out. As you guys can tell, we try to keep the house pretty minimal. We don't consider ourselves minimalists. I think before we met each other, we would have, not because we make each other buy things, just because there's two people in this house now, so there's things that I don't use, like his guitars. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't, so we have more in our house overall, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The whole point of saying this is having a small house that is fairly minimal does make it so much easier when cleaning. I think it takes maybe 15 minutes to deep clean the entire dining room, just to give you an example. You're in the way. So this staycation ended up not being completely a staycation for my husband because on day one, he ended up having to go over to a house and help wire it. It didn't have ground wires, so they had to completely rewire, I think, about half of the house. So that's not really a great way to start your staycation. But after that, it did progressively get better. We took a trip up to Cleveland. For those of you that don't know, we moved to Ohio about 2 years ago, and we actually just started exploring Cleveland. For some reason, we went to Michigan first. I don't know why, it's so much further. But we did get a chance to go up there, and we visited some of our favorite places. We love the half-price books up there, and obviously we had to go to Micro Center. We do every single time we go to Cleveland. This time was extra exciting because my husband was picking some things up for his birthday. He ended up picking up an Arduino, and I got to check out the mechanical keyboards. I've been doing a ton of research because I really want a mechanical keyboard, but if you know anything about them, there's so much information out there, and you can really dial them in to make them exactly what you want, which is great if you know what you want, and I don't yet, so I'm working on that. But I'm gonna stop myself before I go on a whole mechanical keyboard tangent. The only thing we didn't get to check out in Cleveland was the Arboretum. We've been wanting to do this since we moved here, but every time we find time to go, it rains. I would say this is some sort of fate, but it rains so much in Ohio that I really don't think it is. It may feel like I'm bouncing around as I'm cleaning, but this is how I genuinely clean. I try to do a room at a time, but I do kind of bounce around to whatever room just kind of feels best at the time. I don't really care what order I clean the house as long as it gets cleaned. I just want to take a moment to appreciate those crisp vacuum lines. I feel like everyone loves a good vacuum line. We're moving on to the kitchen, which is our favorite part of the entire house. I would say our screened porch is the second favorite. I don't know if you count that though, because it's not really on the inside of the house. Either way, we love this kitchen. It's sort of divided in half with the sink, which is perfect because then there's sort of like workstations on both sides. So we have one side that's devoted to baking and one side that's devoted to cooking. Eric does the majority of the cooking and I do the majority of the baking, but it's not always the case. I have people ask me why we have it set up this way, and mostly just because I can cook, but I'm way better at baking, and Eric can bake, but he is a bomb-ass cook, so it just kind of works out this way. I always say how rare it is to find a big kitchen in a little house, and we got so lucky with this house. It's a little over 1,000 square feet, 200 and some, which of that is an addition off the back. So for a house that was originally 800 square feet, this is a huge kitchen, and I just think we're so lucky to have it. The island wasn't in the kitchen when we first moved in, and it just kind of felt like this big open space. So we ordered this from Wayfair. It's just one of those knockdown pieces of furniture. It was supposed to be temporary until we could get a real wood one, but it's been lasting so long that it's more permanent than temporary now. But it just gives you so much more usable space in the kitchen. It's awesome. The clothes I need to hand wash end up piling up for months and looking like this, so I'm just going to try to get some of this done today. I don't know that I'll get it all done, but I'm just going to do some of it and just start to make a dent in this pile. You can see why this whole pile is not going to get done because I don't have enough towels to dry everything with. One dry, and this is already sopping. So I have a couple of smaller towels, so I'm going to do some of the smaller things like our wool socks. And the rest of these are going back into the bag for another day. So basically this is a perpetual cycle of things that need hand washed. I think maybe this bag has been empty like one time, but you know what? That's okay because that's life. Hand washing clothes is one of those chores that I enjoy at first, but then the more I'm doing it, the more I really dislike it. So because of that, I do try to avoid buying things that need to be hand washed, though that might not seem like it based on this pile. I have a few more things to get done before the end of the day, but I am mostly winding down before my official clock out. Just kidding, I never actually clock out because this is my life, but I will be like done in my mind for the day. If you're still watching, put a cute emoji in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.